Now let's create a new project. I'll right click and create a new project, select the Maven project, and I'm gonna create a simple project com.w2a grid test. So we'll be doing it through a Maven project. You can directly add this jar file, or you can add the dependency of Selenium from here and paste it to your Maven project, that is grid test. So inside dependencies, add a project, right? And then in the test Java, I'm gonna create a package with the name test cases. So there are two ways through which we can do parallel execution. One is like we can parameterize our test through the XML file, that is TestNG XML, or we can parameterize it using data provider. So we're going to look at both the examples. First, we are going to look at parameters meters through XML, right? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna call WebDriver public WebDriver, and then we're gonna create an object of a class called as desired capabilities, right? This is one of the class that we need when we are working with Selenium grid specifically, because this class will help us to pass on some of the capabilities of our browser. So this desired capability class is basically a requirement for like the class that we are going to call in Selenium grid for remote execution, that is the remote WebDriver class. So what I'm going to do, I'll first create a method, a test for launching the browser. So this is like @test, and let's import everything first, right? So I need TestNG as well, so I'll be adding TestNG dependency through Maven. So I'll say TestNG, and we'll be adding not the beta one, but the stable one, that is 6.14.3, right? And then we're going to import this test annotation through TestNG. Now in this launch browser, I'm going to write some code. Basically, we're going to create an object of new remote web driver class. So new remote web driver class going to accept two arguments. One is your new URL, the URL to the hub, that is HTTP, the IP address or the local host. We are starting it on the same machine, so localhost :4444 /WebDriver agent WD and then /hub. So this is the URL of your hub, and then the object reference of your desired capabilities class, and then import this and add the exception, right? And now capabilities, we'll be passing it of our browser. So how we're gonna do it in latest Selenium grade 3, I'll first gonna add a parameter tag over here. The parameters will be reading it from the XML file, and the parameter that I'm going to read is browser. So this will gonna come from XML, and this is TestNG annotation. So whatever browser, whatever parameter that will gonna come, we're gonna pass it from this argument, that is browser. You can have one parameter or more than one as well. For the timing, I'm just going to add one, and I'm gonna check if the browser dot equals Chrome browser, then we're gonna say capability dot set platform. We can set it like platform any, because Chrome is supported on all platforms, Windows, Linux, Mac, so it should be any. If it is IE, then it should be platform.windows. Then we're gonna set the browser name to Chrome, and then we're gonna call the Chrome options class. So this is where the change is. So we're gonna say Chrome options options equal to new Chrome options, and then we're gonna merge these capabilities by saying options.merge and provide the capabilities. So this is what we need to add in latest Selenium 3. And same thing, we're gonna do it for Firefox. So we'll say else if this is Firefox, so browser name to Firefox, and this class should be Firefox options, and same method for merging the capabilities, right? So once we are done with this, we'll be passing on the capabilities over here, and then we should be able to call our normal Selenium WebDriver code, that is driver.get. We're gonna navigate to http gmail.com, and then we're gonna say driver.manage.timeouts.implicit wait for time unit .seconds, driver.manage.window.maximize, driver.find element by .id, that is identifier ID. This is for the username on the Gmail homepage. .send keys, and I'll be entering the value as trainer at waytoautomation.com, right? And then I'm gonna say driver.quit. So this is what the code that we'll be writing, and we want this code to be executed on both the browsers at same time. So now we'll be creating an XML file. So XML, you'll just right click over here, say TestNG, convert to TestNG. You'll get a TestNG XML file. I'll name this file as TestNG parameters.xml. You can name it, you can give it any name, right? So this is your TestNG XML file. We don't have any class over here. It has not shown any class, but this is the class that we gonna add. So these information I can pick it from my existing code. I'll just copy this code and paste it over here, right? And I'll explain it to you what I'm trying to do. So I've given the suite name as parallel suite. Parallel equal to test. We're gonna run these test tags parallelly, right? There's Chrome and this Firefox. Then I'll remove other ones from here, right? And the class is test parameters XML, and the package is test cases. So it should be test cases.test parameters XML.java, right? So this class, first I've added a parameter tag inside a test tag. So given the name browser value Firefox, like we have seen in the previous video of grid. So here this browser value will be retrieved over here and will be passed on to the argument, right? So whichever browser comes, it will gonna set the capability for that and we're gonna pass on over here. And if you're doing parallel test, then like both the tests should run at the same time, right? And Chrome and Firefox should be activated at the same time. Now this is the only configuration that we need to do. If I run this test right now, I'll say run as TestNG suite, and I'll go to my grid console. You're gonna see in some time, see Firefox, Chrome, both are active, and Firefox takes some time to load, but Chrome is already on and it quit. Firefox is still taking some time, so let us wait for Firefox. Okay, So here there's an issue with the Firefox on my machine. I think I have an old version of Firefox on my machine. So this is, you need to make sure when you're working with latest Selenium 3, your browser executables and the browser should be of latest version. So I need to go to control panel. See, this is the old version of Firefox, right? If you look at the version, it's 47.0.2, so I should be switching to the latest version. So what I'll do, I'll first uninstall this one and I'll go over here. It should be very quick, less than a minute it will take to uninstall and install the latest browser. And the latest one is at this location. Where's the latest one? Finish and install the latest one. Right, till the time it's being installed, let me quit this hub and nodes. And should restart it for the new session. Right, we need not to do it again and again, but I encountered some errors with the browser, so my session might not get terminated. The session might remain active, right? So if you're using driver.quit, then only the session will terminate. But here, in my case, like we got a failure, right, due to the browser issue, so the session might be active. So let me start the hub and the nodes again. See, with the help of these batch files, it's very easy to configure it, right? And if I go back over here, so it's a fresh active session. And now let's run this, run as TestNG suite, and let's see, both are active and Chrome is launched. Firefox still will gonna take some time because Chrome is very fast, but this time we should be able to see Firefox as well. See, Firefox launched. Although it's a bit slow, let's wait for a few seconds. The session is still running, and then it quits. And if you refresh it, both are active now, right? Let's run it once more to see still it is working fine or not. See, Chrome launched, and Firefox also launched. If you think that the sessions are executed in a sequence and are not executed parallelly, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna print both browsers over here before we launch the browsers. So over here, I'll just gonna print the browser name, browser, plus I'm gonna print the current timestamp with the help of date class. Date is internal Java class. So browser plus the current timestamp d.to string. So when I run this thing again, you're gonna find both Chrome and Firefox are actually launching at the same time, right? So it's actually parallel execution that is happening. Chrome is launched, but Firefox, see, both are launched. right? So this is actually a parallel execution. Right, so this is what, like, we don't get any warnings while using Selenium 3. If you update the code to the latest code of Selenium 3 API, you're not going to face any issues, right? So this is what how we have seen how to do it with the help of XML file, passing parameters through XML. In the next video, we're going to do this for through the data provider as well. All right. Thank you.